go. Welcome, 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 goddesses. Thank you for having your camera on, most of you. That's beautiful that we can see each other. And we were just listening to a song and we're imagining that right now, although we're connected virtually, we are also connected physically, just to imagine. And in a true goddess circle, we would sit or stand or dance in a circle and we would hold hands maybe. So let's imagine doing that. Maybe reach out so that your hands and your body knows you're doing something now. And as we take a couple of breaths together, let's imagine connecting our hearts. Let's just imagine that from each one of us, from our hearts, from the center of our hearts, from that sparkle of life, we have this golden light emanating out of our hearts, reaching all the hearts in this circle, all those over 2,000 women from all over the world who at some point said, yes, I want to be a golden goddess. I'm a goddess. I am a goddess. And then let's imagine taking those roots down into the ground, connecting to the core of the earth, releasing, letting go of any feelings, any beliefs, any experiences that no longer serve our highest good. And then as we take our next full breath in, let's imagine drawing that divine light in from the center of the universe, bringing it into our heart. And then we say, yes, yes, yes. And we can start our circle. So I'm going to hit the spotlight on myself and then on Nicole and on Yolanda. Let me see if I can find you all, girls. Add spotlight. And then we have, oh, there's Lily. Jolly good. I wanted you as well. And then we want Yolanda. Let's see, where is she? Yolanda, I'm missing your background, but I will let you in. There
No, she
we
has the
go.
background. Oh, you had the background before.
It's okay, but she has a beautiful painting behind her. And Yolanda is a gorgeous artist. So would you like to tell us something about the picture you have behind you? Please unmute yourself.
Oh, well, telling something about, the picture behind me is when I start to paint, I never know what I'm going to paint, but when it's finished, most of the time I recognize a place where I was before. And this was a place, this one I recognized from, well, the light is very bad and it's...
It's gorgeous.
Well, it was like when we were in Spain for a couple of months and then there was the sea and there was a lot of wind and a lot of things were moving and getting out of the sea, and it was so
dynamic.
Dynamic. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just imagining that I am in Spain right now because I bet it's warmer there than here in Austria. And I'm imagining that sea breeze. And I also am imagining that whenever you set out to paint a picture, to create art, and that counts for all of us when we create something, we're setting out with a certain goal, a certain vision, a certain idea of what we are to create. And hopefully we're doing that consciously. And then it's going to take something that I want to talk to you all about today. It's going to take something to actually make it happen. And that word that I want to throw into our circle today is reliability. I have to rely on my own ability to create. I have to be consistent with what my actions to be able to reliably create something, right? And I am noticing that this reliability is something that I think if I were to use the words of my mom, she would say, in this crazy world, it's a value that is kind of dying or is sometimes not found as often as we'd like. How do you feel about reliability? I'm throwing this question into the circle. Are you triggered by people who are not reliable? Is reliability that's something important to you? I've noticed in my relationships, it's very, very important. I need to be able to rely on someone. I need to trust them. You see, that's where the trust comes in, that they're actually going to do what they say. And when they don't, it's a blow. It's a blow. And I've noticed it's not necessarily a blow if it doesn't happen and they explain it. They come and they say, hey, I promised to do this. And now, I don't know, I'm behind in time, or this and this has turned up and I'm going to do it later, but I'm sorry for being late. But that's totally good. Then I notice, my whole system relaxes again. And I'm like, okay, they're still on that thing. It might just not be happening as quickly or in the way that I thought, but they're still being reliable. But then there are also people who then just don't do what they say and won't even then own that they once said that they would, and all that shizzle. So I'm going to ask now, Nicole, Lily, and Yolanda, please unmute yourself. How do you feel about reliability? Where are your triggers, and do you have something to say to this topic?
For me, it came up that we have also different values oftentimes, right? Like even if you agree on something, or you sometimes also listen differently than you think it was completely clear, and you rely on the agreement that this is like something that is being done this way, and you completely are astonished that it is not. So this came to my mind when
So you're talking a lot about the communication factor that is necessary when we make agreements to make sure, are they clear? And there's this saying of said is not heard, and heard is not understood, and understood is not acted upon. It doesn't necessarily mean all those pieces. Yeah, thank you for that. How about you, Lily and Yolanda? Anything you'd like to add to this? And when we're in this circle, just in the spotlight, keep your mics on, because this second always of clicking then is takes away some time, please. So, Lily.
So Yolanda thinks that she's talking, so I'll start talking because Yolanda, you're muted.
I'm muted. Okay. No, I thought I was not muted. Okay. Yes, I was thinking directly about some issues I had with some friends, and then what Nicole says, that's really a thing that you have. I always think it's clear, and we are
on one page.
On one page, and then when something happens, and you're really disappointed and hurt because someone doesn't show up, or they steal your idea. What happened to me?
So something's being triggered. That's great. Note that thing down about ideas being stolen, because I think that's a great point for you. Lily, how about you?
Yeah, what came up for me was commitment. When somebody is reliable or trustworthy, to me, often the relationships boil down to commitment. And a theme for me for years and years and decades has been communication. And it's often a lack of understanding, or as Nicole has already mentioned, different values. But if we never talk about it, we won't even realize that we have different values.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you what one of my favorite coaches, ChatGPT, says to this topic. Reliability is an important quality that pertains to consistency and dependability in various aspects of life. It's connected to ourselves and our interactions with others in several ways. We have personal reliability. Being reliable as an individual means consistently following through on commitments, showing up on time, and being trustworthy. This reliability impacts how others perceive us and affects our personal and professional relationships. Now, I don't know how it's with you, but I've noticed that people who are not reliable are usually not reliable consistently in personal relationships and in business relationships, right? But maybe that's different for you. So as I'm reading this, note down what comes up for you, what memories come up for you, what, challenges of the past maybe come up that relate to this, okay? Then number 2, we have professional reliability in the workplace, where reliability is crucial. It's a key factor in building trust with colleagues and superiors. Reliable employees are seen as valuable assets because they can be counted on to meet deadlines and deliver results. So it's a good thing to be known as reliable. Agreed? I think that's something that we would most likely like for ourselves. So make a little check there for yourself. Reliability in relationships, in personal relationships, being reliable is about being there for your loved ones when they need you. We need to be able to count on them, right? But they know this is a moment of crisis and I need you to be here. It's about keeping promises and providing emotional support. Trust is a fundamental element of strong relationships, and reliability plays a significant role in building and maintaining that trust. So trust, consistency, reliability, this is one little triangle that I'm seeing. And to keep those 3 connected, we need what? We need communication. We need clear communication, we need compassionate communication so that we can build the bridges and have a stool that's on 3 legs minimum, right? Because that's a strong stool. If this stool only has 2 of those legs, it'll be a little wobbly. So then I asked ChatGPT, okay, so how can we foster reliability in our own lives? And what are some steps that we can take? So tip number 1 is we need to set realistic expectations. That means for ourselves, don't overcommit. Don't you all also know people, or maybe you're one yourself, who will overcommit? I used to be like that. I used to say yes to so much and overcommit. So I remember my therapist many, many years back said, when God hands out commitment, you have your hand up first. And yeah, it's a great value, but check out whether you're not committing to too much, right? So make a little note for yourself on, are there things where I might be overcommitting? Be realistic about what you can achieve and the promises that you can keep. I have now noticed, I have a couple of friends who are also overcommitting sometimes. And when I notice that, and then they will also, and there's a temptation for the ego, they will also overcommit to me. They'll say, I'll do that for you, and I'll do that for you. And I'm, hey, do you really have time right now? You seem really busy. Are you sure you want to take this on? So I like checking in with people when I notice that, because I know that even if it's yay great, if somebody's going to do something for me, but if they're going to be stressed out when they're doing it, are they going to be so good at it? I don't think so. Okay. Number 2, in ways that we can, foster reliability, is to prioritize time management. That also flows into the overcommitment. So manage your time effectively to meet deadlines. I like calling them lifelines instead of deadlines, by the way, and appointments. So manage your time and say, okay, what's a realistic time by which I can get this done? And usually we are overestimating our speed. We usually think it's quicker, we'll be able to get it done much quicker, it's going to be much easier. Give yourself a bit of grace. Add a little 10% minimum on top. And if you're someone who regularly overcommits and is bad in time management, double it. I used to say that to Ryan because he's so sparkly in all his ideas, and I'll do this and I'll do that, and this is so easy and it's going to be done so quickly. And I was like, take 50% off, Ryan. Really, you'd make your life easier, right? So think of that. And then use tools like calendars and to-do lists to stay organized. And here's my tip for you. When I wake up in the morning and I'm super, super, super conscious, I also ask myself the question, what's the one thing that I have to do today? What's the one thing that really needs to get done today? And that I write down. I have a little notepad next to my bed, or you can do it on your phone, but I like being offline. So I have a classic pen and paper, and I'll write down that one thing that has to be done. And then at most, I'll add 2 more that I'd like to get done too. So more than 3 things, your brain seriously cannot handle very efficiently. The brain says 1, 2, 3, many. So prioritize that one thing, then add 2 more things, and you will notice not only will you organize your day better, because you're going to get those things done before you do all the other things like sorting your sock drawer, or I don't know, washing your plants again and things like that. You will get them done. And you will also, in the evenings, when you recap your day, have a way bigger sense of achievement and satisfaction, because you said, yeah, I did them. And if you every single day get that one thing done that has to be done and 2 more things, you're on a good track, and you're building muscle to be able to really, you know, reach your lifelines and goals. So tip number 3, communication. Fancy that. If you can't fulfill a commitment, communicate this early and honestly to the concerned parties. Honestly and early on. Now, early on means here we need to trust intuition. We need to notice that little or that little resistance, that thing that's kind of slowing it down, blocking it. And we need to communicate that to ourselves. We need to notice, we need to ask, you know, where's my resistance? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I need to say, hey, I can't do this right now. I will do it later. Or maybe it's something that I need to delete completely. But I need to do my check-in with intuition to find out where the resistance is coming from. And then I need to communicate it honestly to myself and to others. I'll give you an example. In the last circle, I think I told you that I had committed to going to a retreat of a dear friend of mine. She was hosting it, and I was going to come in as a guest and yada, yada. And then I decided a week before the retreat was supposed to happen, I'd already had everything booked, that I didn't want to do it. I couldn't. I was just over, you know, burdened with all the other things that I need to do right now. It's just an extra thing. But I also felt a little bad about canceling, because I love her so much, and there are others coming there. They were really excited to see me, and I was to see them. So I had that guilty conscience. But I decided no, and I'm going to tell her exactly how it is. And you know what? She was totally fine with it. Could I have said, oh, I don't know, what's a fabulous one? I have COVID or I have, I don't know, whatever. I could have put an excuse. And many of us do. And I'm not pointing fingers here. But check in with yourself and ask yourself, is that really a moment where you need to lie or embellish the truth? Or couldn't you just say how it is? I can guarantee you, when you just say how it is in a compassionate way, you are fostering an authentic relationship. When you're choosing to lie about it, you're creating separation. And even if the other person doesn't let you know that they know that you're lying, they do. They know on some level, because it's frequency. And now in these times that we are, that veil is gone. Whether you like it or not, people know. They might not consciously know, but they do feel it in their bodies. So I always say, you know, my granny always used to say, if you're going to lie, tell a really big whacking lie, right? So if you have to like save your life to lie, then make one big lie, but don't do the little lies that you then add on, because they're just going to get bigger and bigger. And suddenly your little stool is totally wobbly and you're not a reliable person anymore. And you'll have these issues with trust and all that going on in all areas of your life. And we don't want that, do we? Okay. So here's to being honest, brave and honest. Can we commit to that? Come on. It's just for yourself. And if you put up your hand and say, I commit to being honest, I commit to being reliable, you're telling your body, I'm doing something. Yes. Cool. Okay. Tip number 4. Oh, here also ChatGPT says to communication, transparency can help maintain trust even in challenging situations, because that person will trust that even when it's really challenging, you're going to tell the truth. Number 4 tip. Build consistent habits like that one I gave you when you wake up, the 3 things you're going to do. Create routines and habits that support reliability. And that's where, you know, doing good things consistently, like, I don't know, your 10-minute meditation, do it every morning. Do it as your thing before you even go brush your teeth, because that will make it a habit. And that's a good habit to have, just like brushing your teeth or drinking, I don't know, numerous glasses of water throughout the day is a really good habit to have. So if you do that consistently, and like it's always, I don't know, always at 10 o'clock and always at 12 o'clock or whatever, you create a habit around it, you're teaching your brain to do it for you without you having to think about it. So here, for instance, they're saying, for example, if you have a habit of always being punctual, it becomes part of your reliability. If you have a habit of always being honest, it becomes part of your reliability. So check out what new habits, or maybe old habits, are you going to start doing or doing again? What habit would help you? Being punctual is a good thing, right? Next, 5, self-reflection. Periodically assess your reliability. Do a little check-in with yourself and check, am I being reliable towards myself? Am I doing the things I'm saying I'm doing to myself and others? And make improvements where needed. Self-awareness is key to personal growth. Yeah, we know that. Thank you. Number 6, cultivate trust. Building trust is a continuous process. I know people who would love to say, yeah, now you're going to trust me again. I know I fucked up, but now trust me again. And I'm like, you're going to have to do a little bit more than that. I need to see it consistently that I can feel trust again. A one-time action won't usually do it. Show respect, empathy, and integrity in your interactions with others, as these qualities contribute to trustworthiness. So respect, I respect myself, I respect others. Empathy, I have empathy towards myself, and I have also empathy towards others. Like I prefer the word, compassion, although they're not exactly the same. And integrity, you know, have your values and stick to those values. Don't keep being like this. It's like these, you know, people who have no backbone. We don't naturally trust people without backbone, do we? We know, oh, they're just going to flow this way one way and then this way the other way. So reliability is a valuable trait that can lead to success in various areas of life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. It's something we can actively work on to enhance our own lives and positively impact those around us. Yes? Anything you'd like to add in my little 4-leaf clover here?
Not to add in that sense. I just, even in that moment when you were mentioning, to be honest, it just came to my mind. I also do this even when I write to the school that my son is not coming because he might just need some time for himself. I just write it. I don't say he's ill. I just say, I have the feeling my son needs today this time for himself.
Okay, but I love that. And my school has told me, don't do that, because we need it in the books and we can't. We're not officially allowed to give you a day off if you do that.
I know.
So please tell her they're sick.
My children also, they say that to me. And still, I find that it's also nice for them to realize, because most of the time I get some nice feedback, and it gets a more personal conversation with the person on the other side than just writing this standard text, right? Totally. And I always had good experiences with it, but it might be also going on the wrong side. And I also thought organizing the days better when you were talking about that. It's also, I think, especially for us as women, realizing in which stage of our cycle we are in, if we are still cycling. Because the other day I was listening to such a cool podcast where this lady was explaining the week before you have your period, for example, or even if we are in the menopause, you still are having your cycles, and that we understand this, and that we have different energy in these times, and that we also acknowledge this and take it into account, that we in this week maybe we don't take as many things that we need to really fulfill. And
it's a very good point. And I love how in tune that point that you're bringing is just with my personal experience and a conversation I just had with Grace yesterday, who was suffering from real period cramps and everything. And I was having that little conversation about her, and I said, you know, I've been reading a lot of books on this, and very, very smart women. And I said, I'm unfortunately not really one of them, but very, very smart women actually calendarize the whole month and put their little marks in there of, hey, this is the time of my period. This is the time where I'm going to be pre-menstrual, right? And those are the times where they calculate downtime. They have it more as the time when they do other work, where they're more at home, where they're doing more, you know, things that float easily in those times, rather than, I don't know, being on stage and, I don't know, being really out there. There's a reason why in the traditional cultures, they often had the red tents, right? Where women would withdraw from society, because during your menstrual cycle, when you're bleeding, you're also very intuitive, very tuned in, very sensitive. And women would get together because the women would support each other, rather than, you know, torturing their men maybe with their that's a picture, right? That one has of women. Okay, yeah, good point, mate. Thank you. Lily, Yolanda, what about you?
Well, about scheduling your day better, that's something which fits for me, because I'm just doing what is popping up. And I know then I do the things I have to do, but I'm not, I cannot make a schedule. It's something which doesn't fit with me. I go into
we have
studio.
A belief, goddesses. Did we hear it? I can't schedule. I have to pick it up, because I'm sure there are others sitting there saying, yeah, me neither, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, we all know that you can, right?
Well,
it's maybe something
maybe
that you're about to learn. So the more the question is, do you want to? Do you want to be a good scheduler?
Maybe
She's
no.
not sure. So for her, I would now, if she were my client, I'd say, okay, see you later.
Yeah, bye-bye.
No longer interesting. But for those of you who say, yes, I do want to be a good scheduler, I do want to be great in time management, this is something that we would do the 5 elements on. And it right away work on that belief and switch it. And that will bring a lot. But for now, we're just going to continue on with the reliability. But I just want to bring that up. Whenever you notice a limiting belief in yourself, know that you can switch it. And the first step is to do that 5-element tapping that we do in every single circle, and we will do again today, and do it specifically towards that belief and switch it. And the empowering belief could be, I'm amazing at my time management and a great scheduler, right? And that you would integrate into your system. You would then write it out for yourself. You'd stick it on your vision board. You would focus on that I'd say for at least 3 weeks, and you'll notice changes right away. Thank you, Yolanda. Amazing. See how it all comes together? Lily, how about you?
The whole discussion about reliability wakes the terminology, it fits in. I didn't write it down, what you were just talking about, unconscious bias. We often trust people even when they're untrustworthy, because we just know that they're usually trustworthy, they're usually okay, and we often have an unconscious, and it typically is unconscious. There are some people that we will trust because they've always been there for us, and other people that we won't trust because they've let us down so many times. And it's often,
and then we shouldn't, and then we can trust that they are who they are, and we shouldn't. I mean, it's our own mistake of putting it on them again. Say, oh, no, I trust you. Then don't. You're totally right. And I'm sure we've all had our own experiences with people who will very reliably disappoint you every single time again. Well, then how often are you going to go bang your head against that wall? So let that wall be and go through the door that's right next door, and work with other people. Seriously. Okay, amazing. I've been typing because I'm typing in our intention for the intentional work that we're going to do. And I've already written, listen to me all. Our intention is for us all to be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships. Do you like that? Yes.
Very much.
And then of course, and we have to do, wait a minute, our intention is for all of us to immediately, you can write it down for yourselves too, permanently and completely. For us all, so our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships. And we're going to add that as well. And to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. It's a long one today, but you've got this, goddesses. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat. I'll read it one more time, and then we're going to do our 5 elements to erase any or transform any subconscious stuff we might have going on to that topic. And then we're going to do the intention work afterwards. So our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Ahum. Okay, so now we get to the tapping. You all ready? When you're ready, find a nice upright position, whether you're lying down or sitting, and notice those parts of your body that are connected to the earth. Take a breath. Consciously ground down again, become aware of where you are right now. And then if you're in a safe place, go ahead and close your eyes and roll them up as if you're looking through the crown of your head. Keep your eyes rolled up there, and then say silently or out loud to yourself, even if I don't know how to be reliable towards myself and others, and experience reliability in all my relationships, all I do know is it is so now, and I am fulfilled. I delete, delete, delete all that could stop me. And I download, download, download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. Then take another full breath. Open your eyes. There you go. And we start with the switch. That's right. We pound one fist into the open palm of the other hand, and then we switch left, right. We're synchronizing our brain. And then we say reliability. You want to say this out loud to yourself, okay? Because your voice is the most powerful voice for your brain. Reliability. I love and accept myself, even when I'm not reliable and when I don't experience reliability. And I love and accept myself when I am reliable and I experience reliability. And breathe. Jab, jab. Underneath your left arm, kind of where your bra line would run, tapping the end point of your spleen meridian. Ooh, we say reliability. I love and accept myself with all my doubts, with all my lack of self-confidence, with my lack of self-worth. It's okay. And I now choose to release the doubts, to let them go, and to let go of my lack, and to believe in myself, and to know I'm worthy to be reliable and to experience reliability. Yeah. Good. Thumbs, activating the lung meridian. Reliability. I love and accept myself with all my grief, all that sadness about the moments when I experienced unreliability, when I was unreliable. It's okay. I let it go. And I now choose to step into my power of joy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be reliable, and I deserve to experience reliability. Yes, 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 yes. Breathe. Underneath your collarbones, tap your chest bone. We're activating our kidney meridian. And again, we say reliability. I love and accept myself with all my fears around this topic. At my deepest level, and from the very first time I felt scared. Scared of being disappointed, scared of disappointing, right? All those fears, I let them go. And I now choose to step into my power of courage. I am brave and I am reliable, yes. And I can do this and I will do this. And I am doing this now. And breathe. Now, right side, tap your liver underneath your rib cage. Can't miss it. Activating our liver. Yes, good old organ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We say reliability. I love and accept myself with all my anger and rage on this topic of reliability. At my deepest level, and from the very first time I felt angry. And I choose now to let go of this anger. I let it go. I let it go. And I step into my power of forgiveness. I forgive myself. And I forgive all those around me, anywhere who are ever unreliable. I forgive. And I am at peace. Yes, I'm at peace. Reliability, I'm at peace with you. One more breath. Good. And now with our final move, we're going to cut the links to all moments in the past and in the future and wherever that are in any way connected to reliability, any pain and any kind of stuff there. Okay, we're done with it. Portal closed. Are you ready? Just after new moon. This is powerful. Reliability. I claim my power back. And I give you your power back. Reliability, I claim my freedom back. And I give you your freedom back. I claim back what's mine, and I give you what's yours. I forgive you for all the pain and suffering you ever created. And I ask for forgiveness for any pain and suffering that I ever created. The past remains in the past. And only love can connect us. I wish you well, just as I wish myself well. Maybe put your hand on your heart if that feels right. And check in with that beautiful value of reliability. And now paint it your favorite color. Mine's magenta. I'm imagining that I'm drawing reliability. I'm writing it in the movie of my own mind in neon pink. Reliability. Yes. And now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to trace it and write it like this too. And I invite you to do it because it trains your brain. So write out reliability, and then you could draw a big right heart around it. We're good. Are we good? Are we good? How do we feel about reliability now? Let's check in with a 4-leaf clover. Nicole, Lily, Yolanda. I'm feeling kind of cheerful around it. Beforehand, it was a sort of weighty thing, and now I feel a little sort of chirpy around it.
Me too, very energized.
Yes.
Also doing this together, it's sort of practicing unity and sharing this concept, the idea, and speaking the words out together. It's bonding and helps to promote more reliability.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Walter is saying, yeah, she feels cheerful too. So we did great work. So it's now 38. I would like to do 10 minutes of intending today. It's a big topic and we're a big group. And I feel powered up because yesterday I had my Power of 8 group, and I think Diana is also here. And that we did 10 minutes there too. And when I got on the call, I was really tired because I'm still, moving and packing and they're not packing anymore. I'm building cupboards right now. So I was tired, but after the 10 minutes of intending, I had energy again. So I hope this all works that well and even better for you all. So I'm going to take us off the spotlight so we see our beautiful group of people. And then I suggest we hop right into, there we go, our intention work. We do our intentional work in silence. So if you would like to put your own relaxing music on at home, feel free to do that. I really enjoy silence. Silence is golden. Okay, and I am going to draw a card before we get going because I was called to do that. And this is the card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle Guidebook. Softly, softly, the tender touch. I will share it in a recap. And I will read that to you. I'm sure it'll somehow fit in with reliability because it jumped out. The feminine wisdom of gentleness can assist you now. When we are at a point in life when we want to attain greater things, but don't necessarily have a proportionally greater supply of energy at our disposal, it's time to work smarter rather than harder. This is the way of feminine wisdom. However, a cultural ignorance of the feminine way currently prevails. We are generally taught that the more force we use, the more we try to make things happen, the more we will achieve. The feminine way is not about force, nor is it about driving, striving, pushing, or grabbing at what we can in order to create. It's about inviting what we wish for to come into the space we have provided for it, internally and in our lives. This method cultivates more energy, causes less stress, and attracts what is desired. It is manifestation by invitation rather than by will or force. So I think that was a really nice intro to our intention work. And I would like to ask Sister Goddess Lily, can you be our timekeeper? Can you come get us back into the here and now after 10 minutes? Thank you. Okay, everyone. So get into a nice comfortable position, whether you're lying down or sitting upright. Notice the parts of your body that are touching the surface beneath you. And let's begin by taking 3 full breaths as we imagine holding hands together. Taking a full breath in and out. And in and out. Dropping into the space of our hearts, taking another full breath in and sending out the following intention. Our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way.
our intention is for us all to immediately, permanently, and completely be reliable towards ourselves and others, and experience reliability in all our relationships, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Wow. You know what I saw? For me, it was first I had us all in the circle, and then in the middle of the circle, this giant crystal ball kind of started appearing. And and we were just like all holding this ball up, and it was very luminous. And then at the end, from this ball, lots of butterflies started flying out. It was really pretty. Does anybody else have anything that they experienced or they'd like to share? Then please let us know. Nicole, Yolanda, Lily, Diana,
It's
maybe.
amazing. It's amazing you're mentioning that ball, this crystal ball. I had something else. I had like all of us standing around in a circle, having like a movable trampoline in our hands, like that we would be shaking up, and in the center of it would be such a heavy black rock that we all would like we were trying so hard to get that up. And at one point we really made it, and it was flying up into the sky, and a lot of color was coming down, not butterflies, but it was like sparkles of light. And that's special.
Thank you. How about anybody else? Would anybody else like to say something? What did you experience? What did you feel? Danielle is saying, thank you for the wonderful card. Nice. I'm happy you liked it. Anything else, anyone? Yolanda, Lily, you know I'm going to ask you otherwise.
Well, it was a happy feeling, and it was connected, very connected, but I didn't see anything. I felt warm and happy,
and it's different for everyone, isn't it? And every intention is different. Sometimes one sees things, sometimes one hears things, sometimes it just feels really nice, sometimes it's just really peaceful. Everything is good. Gabriele is writing, wow, full flash. We had a lot of support from space. Yeah, we did. We do have a lot of support. Yes. Okay, anything you'd like to add, Lily? I love that you got us back in with the intention. I love hearing it then at the end again. It's lovely.
Yeah, and I recognized how for some of us it's not so easy to focus on the words, on the meaning, on the feeling, and to just retreat, relax, and submit. It requires a certain effort, a commitment, a decision.
Yes, just stay with it, stay in the space. That's right. Because our mind can, especially if we haven't trained it to go into silence on a daily basis, it can go all over the place. And just always come back to your breath and repeat maybe the intention inside. And if you can't do the whole word of it, doesn't matter, but just repeat the word reliability, for instance, and happy, healthy, well in every way. Susan is saying it feels good, and she also loved the card. Sandra's saying, I can count on me, the universe, my groups, my family, and my friends, and I lean into trusting spirit, and I felt very safe. Lovely. Thank you for that feedback, Sandra. Okay, now, any questions, anyone? Circle time is almost over. We have 2 more minutes to go. I'd like to repeat the invitation. If you are ever joining a circle and you're in a crisis, you have a real problem that you would like help with, please know that you can always reach out, okay? And we are here to help you. And trust that whatever topic you have, even if it seems very, very unique, there I'm sure ladies here who have similar topics or know about that. So you're never alone. And we can also dedicate the intention for you. Okay, so just hear it. And for next time, maybe if there's anybody here that would like some extra help, you can then shout out. Okay, so sisters, let's do our move of activating our energy in our body by moving our hands together in and out. We're activating our lymph system. So we're moving our hands in and out like that. Can we all see that? Maybe I'll spotlight myself for those who weren't there last time, who maybe didn't get this move. So you take your hands and it gets really hot. And you rub your hands like this, and you're going to think of all that beautiful reliability that you have in yourself and around you now. And you take it out into this beautiful week. And then you're going to think of one thing that you're going to do this week that's really important. Think of it. And then you say, yes, 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 I commit to doing that. I'm so reliable. And when it's really hot, you take it out. Feel the energy ball. Feel it. And then imagine that between your hands, you've got this beautiful crystal. What color would it be today? And then put that word, put that thing you're going to do into the crystal. Bless it with your breath. Say yes, yes, yes 3 times. And then let it go. Trusting it's already there, already happened. It's all done. Okay, my loves. Thank you so much for joining the circle today. Thank you to my fabulous co-hosts. And I greatly look forward to seeing and hearing and loving you again next week. Same time, same station. Do bring your sisters in. Any woman is welcome here. They can read through the agreements. And if you're a man of a woman, if you keep to our agreements, you're welcome here too. We love you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good day.
Yes, wherever you are.
Bye.
Bye-bye.